I gotta tell you though, the most surprising thing is that the Van Halen guys, I can't tell you how cool those guys are. I don't mean this bad, but for someone who's been around as long as they have, it's like every day they come up, say hello to us, you know, we hang out for a few minutes. Sammy's a Bay Area guy, which is where we're based now, and I mean, just there's a great feeling with those guys. They're really, really down to earth and just kind of very hang-outable, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's it.
The individual musicianship in this band is the highest caliber I've ever been involved with. Ever stepped on stage with or in the studio with. The chemistry between the four, which creates a whole nother piece of magic, is like incredible. This is a real unique band. It's a great thing.
You know, it's just four individuals. Everybody listens to different styles of music, and that's, I think, what contributes to the sound. Everybody puts their 25% in of what they like, and after you shake it all up, that's what it comes out.
I think what's interesting about the four of us is that once somebody sets the spark, or sets the fire, then the rest of us either catch up or, man, you're history. You're dusted. You better stick with it. And then once you catch up, then again, it's somebody who will take the initiative.
Nothing we do is choreographed. I mean, we just kind of get out there and we go with it. We go with it.
We do it, yeah?
No, honest to God, when I first joined this band, I was scared to death because at rehearsal, we never rehearsed a show of any kind. I mean, I always did that on my own, but I was a solo artist. But when you got four guys that are just gonna go crazy up there, and I'm going, man, I hope we don't like bump into each other and stuff. I hope these guys know that when they hit the stage, I'm gonna go crazy, And I said, boy, I hope Eddie isn't changing or something. At rehearsal, he's standing there playing. Because we just rehearse the music, and we hit the stage, the event happens.
If you change things slightly to keep it interesting, you'll never get stale. And it was getting to a point, and I won't mention exactly which year it was, but it was during excessive touring, where the actual show became secondary. It was, let's get out there, let's get partying. And, oh no, you mean we gotta do a show now? Well, this year we approached it the other way around. Let's make the show, the party, and vice versa. And what comes after that will be. But
maybe that's
the main
wrong
thing.
With this tour.
The main thing is getting this tour. We're doing over 2 hours now. We're doing 2.5 hours, and that's at the end of a long day. And it better be damn good because people have been there a long time.
Being in a band with Eddie is kind of hard on another guitarist. It really is, and I'll be the first to admit it. When I do pick up a guitar, like on 2 songs, I tell you, my licks, they just felt like I can talk better now. I can talk better. I can't necessarily talk faster, or I'm not any more versatile, or I can't talk more languages, but I can talk real good on guitar still, so I'm happy with it.
We play together. We play well together, It's not like we're both trying to outdo each other, who can play faster. Sometimes I freak myself out, You go, whoa, that was kind of magical, But those kind of things you can't always count on, It's just inspirational, spur of the moment thing. And wow, how did I do that? And I'll try to do it again, and I can't, I think some people, take technique too seriously, It's not enough coming from here,
I never tried to sing. I never thought about being this real good controlled singer until the last 5 years. I never got into the guys that could shatter glass. I was into people like Mick Jagger and James Brown guys. During the writing process, and Edward would start playing some riff, and everybody just comes in jamming it. I sing like an instrument with the band. I jam with them. It's like jazz musicians for us, and they're just blowing together. And then you pull out the little tape recorder when you think something is good, and get it. Just on a little break. Yeah, and then sure. Then we had to sit down and hone it down and write it in context of a song. A lot of people record on 24 track that way. They just put it all down and then edit it together. But that's ludicrous. You have to have drum machines, and it's for people that use click tracks and all that. We go in there and blow like a live band,
The one thing that's always been on our mind as a band is to be able to play live what we did in the studio. And I needed 3 different drum kits for that. And so I just connected them all into one big donut.
When we go on stage before the show, I say, hey, I'll see you after the show. We shake
I gotta tell you, there have been some funny moments because it is a brand new setup that sometimes it rotates, but it rotates in the wrong direction. I caught myself the other day and I was looking back and I was going, hey, where's the band? Oh, there they are. It gets fixed.
And like other things, sometimes...
You know what's scary, though? You know what's scary? What's scary is that these guys didn't even notice it.
No, I was looking back. All I saw was hair, and I'm going, man, his hair grew quick. It was the back of his head I was looking at.
All your creativity is free within this format, and yet you know you're not going to step on someone else's toes, or someone else is good enough to be able to step around you and still get their lick in and get it in good, you know. So it's amazing. It's not like any other situation I've ever seen in rock music, and I'm a fan of rock music since I was a little old guy, you know.
Gonna go with the flow, you know, depending on how you feel. That's one of the good things about what we're doing. We can do what we want, how we want, when we want.
Incredible luxury.
So piss off. No.